So let's look at now compelling opportunities and consistent opportunities to bring the director mindset into your day-to-day. So the first thing is schedule and ring fence time. Whether it's a small amount of time or whether it's an hour, where you are clear that you're going to step into the director's mindset and detach from everything else outside. Now, often my clients will use either a coaching session or a treatment with me to detach from outside distractions, to bring themselves right into the center of their life and to look at where they are right now, where they've come from, and then where they want to be in a day, a week, a month, even a year's time. Create clear visions of that and then look from that future back to where you are into the present and say, what needs to be in place, what needs to happen, who needs to do what before you can get to that next milestone, and how you can keep yourself on track with what you're doing. At the same time, you want to be clear that life happens and it can sometimes move you around. The manager will try and keep things very rigidly on course, whereas the director will know that things are going to come in and will often find ways to factor in those changes and even take advantage of those. So be flexible as a director. As a manager, you're aiming for targets, you're trying to keep things to a structure, okay? So the director is going to allow themselves to be creative, inventive, okay? As a director, know that you're sometimes going to have to wear different hats in your business. If you've got a small business, you might have to be the marketing director, you might have to be the accountant, and you might have to be the salesperson. But have those identities as separate identities so you know when you're being the salesperson, when you're being the accountant, and still have the director has an overarching version of you. Make sure that he or she within you has the time to do that. And as your business grows, then you can bring in a sales director, you can bring in a marketing director, and you could even bring in a managing director if you feel like you're better at one of those other roles. But in separating those identities out at the beginning, you make it easier to hand over the roles and the responsibilities when the time is right, okay? Be aware of how you're speaking. The moment you notice yourself coming up with excuses and justifications, reasons why something can't happen, or individual solutions to problems like firefighting, know that you are being the manager. And that's completely fine if you're going to be the manager, but know when you're going to stop being the manager and when you're going to step into being the director and give direction. Like, it's not impolite to tell someone what to do if you are their director. In fact, it's ambiguous and confusing if you don't. So, those are some tips about how to then create compelling opportunities for the director. The manager will pretty much take care of him or herself. And I'd love to hear about how these videos make a direct and obvious impact on what you're up to in your life. So please let me know.